Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. As always, today we are looking at coins from 1973 that are worth a lot more money than their face values. So starting off here first with a 1973 Lincoln cent. Now you can see around the rim of the coin here that this penny here has been broad struck. So that will add some extra value to the coin. It is a mint error coin, and the coin is graded at a mint state 64 red brown by PCGS. This penny ended up selling for $75 at auction. You know, had it been a higher mint state grade, a red grade instead of a red brown, it could have sold for more money. But let's move on here to a 1973 quarter that has also been broad struck. This is graded by NGC at a mint state 66, and this coin ended up selling for $117 at auction. So always pay attention to your coins closely. Moving right along here to another 1973 Lincoln cent that looks totally normal on the reverse of the coin. Here on the obverse of the coin, you can see that it has a brockage. Again, that is a mint error. This coin, graded by NGC, ended up selling for $312 at auction, graded at a mint state 65 brown. You know, if it was graded at a red, it would have sold for even more money. Again, here's another 1973 penny. Now, this one is kind of interesting. So we do look at clipped mint error coins pretty often, but this one is pretty cool. So we'll have two clips, and then we'll have an incomplete curved clip. So you'll see here on the left side of the coin, that clip there. On the right side by the date, you'll see that clip. And then you'll see the line going through the center from one end of the coin to the other, one rim of the coin to the other. So that is the incomplete clip where that line is. So this coin ended up selling for $168 at auction, graded by NGC at a mint state 65 brown. Here's another Lincoln penny that looks pretty normal, you know. Here on the obverse of the coin, if you're just going through your change, you might not notice something like this. But if you flip the coin over to the reverse, it's going to make the coin extremely valuable because it has been double struck and that design is flipped over. So you'll see that reverse design flipped over. And man, that is just a very, very nice double strike that, you know, just the average person does not look for. So inspect your coins closely. You never know what you may come across. This penny ended up selling for over $1,300. That's right, over $1,000 for 1 cent. So inspect those ones closely because that's something that definitely can be passed up if, you know, you're not really paying attention, just kind of going through change quickly. Now here's a 1973 D mint mark that has a very nice die break here on the obverse of the coin. You'll see it's taken up, you know, like a third of the coin there. So, you know, die breaks will sell for all different prices depending on what coin they're taking place on, how large and small the die break is, kind of the placement of the die break. You know, this coin ended up selling for over $1,000 at auction, graded by PCGS. Because it's a very large die break and it's like unique, you know, collectors like that, so they're going to pay a premium for something like this. So pretty cool mint error there, you know, that's something to always look for. But again, these die breaks can be much, much smaller than this, which we've looked at in previous coin videos. But let's move on here to a 1973 Kennedy half dollar coin. Now this is the coin that would be in your proof sets. It is graded at a proof 68 deep cameo, so this is not the regular business strike, but it does have a very nice die clash. So look at that, man. You could see the reverse design coming through here on the obverse all around the outside of Kennedy's head there. You know, that's something to always look for on your half dollar coins. You could look for die clashes on Lincoln pennies and all kinds of other coins as well, but this is a really nice one here on this 1973 half dollar coin, and that's why the coin ended up selling for $660. Of course, condition matters and the collection it came out of as well, so keep that in mind. But here's a 1973 S Roosevelt dime that sold for over $550 at auction because the coin has been double struck and those strikes are off center. So look at that, man. Pretty nice mint error. You would not think, you know, something that looks like this would sell for $550, but there are collectors out there that pay for this, these types of mint errors. So graded by PCGS there. This next coin also graded by PCGS. It has a misplaced mint mark. Now, we looked at this on the 1975 Jefferson nickel. You also want to look for it on the 1973 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. Here's what the mint mark should look like, the placement of the mint mark. And then back to this image, this is how low the misplaced mint mark is. So you could always look for that. That is something that will easily be passed up by the everyday ordinary person, and even, some people that's just not educated on stuff like this because, not everybody knows all this stuff. That's why we talk about it in our videos. But this coin ended up selling for over $215 at auction, man. You can't beat that for, a circulated nickel. Graded at an AU 55, all because of that misplaced mint mark. That's where all the value is at for this coin. Next up is a 1973 Washington quarter. Looks very normal here on the obverse of the coin, but as we flip the coin over, you'll see the inner copper layer of the coin because it is missing that outer reverse clad layer. So that is what gives the coin its value. It is graded at a mint state 62 by NGC, and the coin sold for $109 at auction. Not too bad for a 1973 quarter. Now, this quarter is kind of opposite of the last quarter. So, 1973 quarter, the reverse looks good on this one, looks normal. But on the obverse, you're missing that outer clad layer. So, always check both sides of your coins. Of course, something like this, very noticeable. A lot of people get these confused with, damaged coins that have been, environmentally damaged, either in the ground or, had some kind of chemical or came in contact with heat or something like that. But this is actually a mint error where the outer clad layer on the obverse of the coin is missing. And that's why the coin ended up selling for $384. And it does weigh 4.7 grams as a result of that mint error. So you can also weigh your coins as well. $384 for 25 cents. I'll take it. Now here's another 1973 Roosevelt dime that was struck 10% off center. It is graded by Annex at a mint state 60. This coin ended up selling for $25 at auction, so not super valuable, but it's a $25 dime. Here's another off-center taking place this time on a Kennedy half dollar from 1973. Pretty self-explanatory. You can look for off-centers on dimes, quarters, nickels, pennies, half dollars, dollars, and so on. This coin sold for over $500 because of that off-center error. One more off-center taking place on the 1973 Lincoln cent. This penny sold for $552 because of that mint error. It is graded by NGC at a mint state 65 brown. Now, if you guys are not familiar with these coin grading companies, I have a whole video on that discussing. These are the top three that I would use: PCGS, NGC, or Annex, ANACS. Some collectors only collect coins graded by PCGS. Some collectors only collect coins graded by NGC. Some collectors only collect PCGS and NGC and don't even collect Annex. Some people will, take a coin from Annex and have it regraded by PCGS or NGC, or vice versa. It really just depends, but PCGS and NGC are the bigger ones. Annex is nice too. They have really good deals, on mint error coins. They're a lot more affordable, but you also may not get as much money if you sell it in an Annex coin holder as opposed to a PCGS or NGC. It really all just depends. I have coins graded by all three companies in my collection. I like all three, so it comes down to the individual person of what you prefer and what your budget's like and things like that. But if it's a very, very expensive coin, I'm definitely probably going to go with PCGS or NGC. If it's something small that I know isn't really too valuable, small mint error like a die chip or something, I'll probably go with Annex because it's only, what, 10 or 15 bucks, sometimes when they have deals to get those graded. But yeah, this coin here, super rare mint error. It's a double denomination, sold for over $4,000, over $4,500 to be exact. So we have a Lincoln cent design that was struck onto a Roosevelt dime from 1973. And you'll see both designs of the Lincoln cent, the penny, and the Roosevelt dime. And this coin, like I say, sold for over $4,500 as a result of that. So that is a super rare mint error. Here is a 1973 Washington quarter design that was struck onto a Jefferson nickel planchet, a 5-cent planchet. And that's why the design's being cut off there, and that's why the coin ended up selling for $336 at auction. Now, Keep in mind, it's also graded at a Mint State 65 by PCGS. So a lot of people do ask that question, you know, you got to pay to get the coin graded. Yes, you do. You know, different companies that offer different memberships. I know when you get the PCGS membership, you get to grade 8 coins for free. You have 8 free vouchers, so you can grade those coins, but that does not include mint errors. That is separate. So mint errors are a different price. They have those listed on their website. So feel free to check out all 3 of their websites. Here is a 1973 Washington quarter with the tilted partial collar, and it's graded by Annex at a Mint State 60, and you can see that again around the rim of the coin. Pretty obvious type of mint error, only sold for $37, but it's a $37 quarter. Now here is a 1973 Jefferson nickel that sold for $186 in pretty circulated condition, graded at an AU 50. It does have a split die, and that's where all of the value is coming from. You'll see that going from one rim of the coin to the other side of the coin, and it's graded by PCGS. So pretty cool mint error, $186. Always something to look for on your more modern coins here. Now here is a coin that sold for over $1,000. It's a Roosevelt dime that has a magnetic slag that was struck into the obverse of the coin. I feel like we've covered this coin before, but man, it is so unique. Had to throw this one in here with the 1973 coins. So this coin graded by PCGS sold for $1,020 at auction, graded at that Mint State 62. So feel free to check out the other coin videos here on the channel. We are uploading every single day. Don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comments section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.